Hey guys. Okay, so I just wanted to pop in and do a review for Tara's, or Tara & Co. It's a third generation family owned jewelry store in Searcy, Arkansas, or Central Arkansas area. So they do have like your, I say basic, but your really pretty engagement rings, you know, your wedding sets, your special anniversary stuff. And they've got like watches, they've got like your fine jewelry, and they do also have like your fun jewelry. So, you know, that's stuff that you're not going to pay several $100s for, but it's still really cute, and it's popular brands. So anyway, I wanted to do a review about Tara's because they've done some really special pieces for me personally, and so I just want everyone to know that they do custom builds. So they don't just sell you brand new things, but they'll do custom builds. They'll do repairs. They've done both for me, but in this video I just want to tell you about the custom builds that I've gotten. So they have done 2 custom builds for me before. I only have one of the rings still because I actually gave one of them away. I have this really hilarious friend that she let me know that, like, you know, some people say like that there's all this pressure to find this one perfect ring, and I felt all the pressure, and then my friend was like, well, really all the rings are perfect because they're all awesome. So I said that to say this friend of mine inspired me to build this ring that was, let's see, it was silver and gold, and then it had just some kind of gem in it, and I found the design online, and I worked with the jeweler there, and he built it for me. And I called it the sun because it kind of looked like a sun and a star, and it was really pretty. So that was my first custom build that Tara's ever did for me. And that was like 7 years ago or so. And then I gave it away because I felt like I wanted to give it away, so I did. But the second custom build, which just was super special, I am wearing it, but I will, at the end of the video or some point in this video, I will show up close photos. Okay, so this ring that I'm wearing, that I'll show you up close in a minute, is gold, and the stone is jadeite. So okay, so Tara's, any of the repairs that they've done or like the custom builds that they've done for me, there's like a lot of meaning for the jewelry that I've given them to fix, which is why they're so special. So it's not just that, you know, we did buy our wedding sets from them, but honestly, like those, like buying that doesn't carry the weight of like the custom builds and the repairs that they've done for me. So, okay, so I have this aunt. I gotta tell you the story because it's just crazy cool. I had this aunt, and when I was in high school and junior high, she was always like super old to me. She was born in 1915 and she passed away several years ago. So when I was in junior high and high school, we used to exchange jewelry, and she would give me her antique jewelry, and then I would give her my little Walmart like 13-year-old girl rings from the juniors department, you know. And she would she always said they were really pretty, but whatever. Some of the rings that she gave me I would wear, and some of them I didn't. And she gave me one particular ring that I actually thought was ugly at the time, but just because of how crazy that I was about her, I decided that at some point in my life I would probably like the ring. And it was just a gold looking ring, BT dubs. I don't know anything when it comes to what's like real or fake, or, you know, whatever. I just know if I like it or not, and if I like it, I wear it, and if I don't, I don't. That's what I know about jewelry. So she gave me this gold looking ring that had a green stone in it and these 2 little white diamond looking things. And I didn't wear it because I felt like it was way too mature for my time of life. But fast forward like 6 years later, and I'm in college, and for whatever reason I pull it out and I start wearing it, and it becomes my absolute favorite ring. So my now husband, boyfriend then, yeah, he decides he's gonna propose to me. So one weekend I had taken it off because I was cleaning, and I'd taken it off, stuck it in my jewelry box, and I forgot to put it back on. So my boyfriend, husband, has my roommate go and where he asked her, he's like, hey, will you go to Elizabeth's jewelry box, grab a ring, I want to propose with a ring, and then, you know, we'll find another one later or whatever. I want to propose with the ring that she has. So he says that to my roommate. My roommate goes up to my jewelry box, and I have a ton of rings, and so she gets a little overwhelmed, and she just says a quick prayer of, God, what ring do I get? And she just feels drawn to this gold looking ring with the green stone. So she doesn't know that it's my favorite ring from my aunt that's super special. So she gives it to my boyfriend, and then he proposes with it. He doesn't know that it's my favorite ring from my aunt that I was crazy close to. So he proposes with it, and so then it takes on this like extra special meaning, you know, my favorite ring, and I've been proposed with it, or by, whatever. Anyway, so that was like in 2009 that I got engaged with that ring, and she gave it to me in like 2000, I don't know. So then fast forward to basically this year, and I still wore it all the time. I knew it wasn't solid gold because like of the stuff was chipping on it, and it was like kind of scratching my finger. So I took it into Tara's this year, 2019, and I was like, hey, this ring is incredibly sentimental. I don't know what it is at all, you know, but is there any, you know, what can we do with it so that I can like keep wearing it and I can pass it on to people in my family later on. So they tell me that I don't remember. It's basically junk metal wrapped in something that looks like gold, but the stone in it is a stone from the earth, and it's jadeite. And they just said, since it's sentimental, I can do whatever I want to do with it. So I just thought to myself, and I think that was this summer that I took it to him. So I took it to him in the summer, and I just thought to myself, I would love to have like a solid gold ring to put it in, and then I could just wear it for forever, and it could become a family heirloom. And so I did that. I just thought that to myself. Well, 3 days later, I have friends visiting from India, and I was just sitting there, and I have this friend, and she takes off a gold band, and she's like, here, I want to give this to you. So, and she tells me it's 22 karat gold, and somebody had given it to her, and she felt like she needed to give it away, and when she received it, and so now she feels like she's supposed to give it to me. So she gives it to me, and she speaks a lot of languages. I'm pretty positive English was not her first. So when she gave it to me, what I heard her say is, I want to give this to you, but I'm like, I think your English is confused. So I gave it back to her and just did like the whole, hi, it's so pretty, yeah, you know, that kind of thing. So I did that, and then she said again, I want to give it to you. And I just, you know, that kind of thing. And then her husband says the third time, he's like, hey, she's trying to give you this ring. And so anyway, I'm just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God. And I tell her the whole story about my aunt and this, you know, ring that I was wanting to rebuild, and how I just said 3 days before I would love to have a gold band. So I just thanked her profusely. And anyway, then at that point, I'm like, well, holy crap, I get to build this really incredible ring with a ring from one friend and a ring from a special aunt that got proposed, you know, that I got proposed to with. Anyway, so I take it back to Tara's, and I'm like, y'all, somebody just handed me a gold ring after I saw y'all 3 days ago and said that I wanted one. So at that point, we just start looking at tons of like ring ideas and designs and stuff, because I think I love all the rings. I mean, I guess maybe there's some that I don't, but it was really hard to narrow down what I wanted to build, because I loved everything that I saw. So Philip is who built this ring, and he was super patient with me, and Kristen did a lot with me, just trying to like figure out, you know, how symbolic that I wanted the ring to be, or how literal I wanted the ring to be. And so they were just really patient with me, because I had tons of ideas, and it took me a while to sift through exactly how I wanted the ring to be built. So anyway, after doing that, it took us a couple months, and then they built it for me, and I got to pick it up. And so anyway, it was just a really special little deal. And I just wanted to tell you about that. So if you have anything that's partially significant, a little bit special, or you just don't know about it, I really encourage you to take it to Tara's. They're pretty normal people, you know. The building is fancy and the stuff inside of it is fancy, but they're really normal people that can have normal conversations. So go talk to them, show them your fancy pants jewelry or your plain jewelry, and be like, hey, I want to restore this, or I want to do this, I want to build this, what do you think? And anyway, they're great to work with, they're super patient. So give them a call. Remember, it's Tara's.